Good morning, everyone, to our Monday morning Global Heart Resonance. And for those who are just joining us, inviting you to put yourself on mute so that our recording stays clear. So it really is a new moment here. And our call today, this beautiful offering as gifted by Henry Lepler, is about wholeness. And probably many of us were aware last night of the full total lunar eclipse and the full moon. And what a beautiful expression of wholeness. So hopefully you got to be a part of that. And here in Florida, I may be a little bit slow. I didn't get home till like almost 2 a.m. And very deeply moved by this experience of our interconnectivity and our wholeness. So we welcome everyone. And for those of you that are new, we'll be sharing a few guidelines to help support this container so that this river can flow, river of expression. We're in this collective field here. And our focus is really diving into this field of love. So as a resonant ambassador of Good of the Whole and this beautiful community of resonant stewards, we welcome you here. And really, this is a restorative practice. We come together each week to deepen into this field with a weekly focused theme or inspiration. And we come really to intentionally build this field of coherence. We're connecting with each other, the earth, and the sacred within all creation, and cultivating this ethos of wholeness. And really, this year, we're very focused on discovering more, going into the deeper layers of our wholeness. And we're attuning here in this circle of beautiful beloveds. Sorry, my phone. We're attuning to what we call is the home frequency, this connection within ourselves that just simply expands and gets stronger as we connect with this universal intelligence. So we always begin with a centering, or we call it heart resonance. So the invitation is just to close or leave your eyes open, but simply connect with your heart. And allowing your body to rest in the most comfortable breath for you. I love someone brought that up last week. Just allowing yourself to rest more deeply in your body with that breath. And resting inside of this deeper sense of space and spaciousness. Releasing everything other than this moment, entrusting it to the field. And with that comes this natural expansion of light, relationship to the light, relationship to the energy that's moving. We're just simply paying attention. How is that energy flowing? And relaxing deeper into the waters of our communion. And as you're breathing, feeling the sense of this circle here this morning, and feeling that energy and light expand out to all those who are within this horizon of energy and out to our communities, the planet, as this undulating energy, this interconnected web of life. And this morning we open to the information field. So we open our awareness to receive, to be receivers of this energy, as well as opening to the expression of that which wants to move through us. And of course, holding a moment of gratitude for how we're showing up, how the mother is nurturing us, and all of our guidance here this morning. So with that, we welcome you back. Just feeling totally present here. And I'm going to only take just a moment to express a few guidelines for those that are here new. So this is a participatory restorative practice, and we invite everyone to speak here, keeping it to 1 to 2 minutes because we have a lot of people that want to share. And the main thing is to be really aware of those that are speaking before you. So releasing any thought about what you're going to say and deeply listening to the person who's speaking before you, and acknowledging and taking a pause in between each and every person. So in that pause, we're trusting the silence. So those that are used to speaking a lot, we're inviting you to come back a little bit. And those that are a little bit shyer to just come forward, to be guided by this voice of the field, and be consciously listening to what's evolving and tracking this thread of information, right? Really listening. And you'll feel that impulse when to speak. And we invite you to speak in present time. So even if someone before you has said this incredible message, we invite you to breathe it in and speak from your direct attention and intention. We don't need to mention people's names here. It's simply drawing it into present time and speaking from the seeds of this woven story that's illuminating us. And that's pretty much it. So with that, I'm going to pass the beautiful talking stick to Henry.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Wholeness. Here's a quote that I especially liked about wholeness. Our life is spent trying to fix what isn't broken. This is a big cosmic irony. Nothing you ever do solves the problem because there isn't one. You are already whole. You were never not whole. You only forgot that you were whole and still are. If you are already whole, adding more will not make you any more whole. If you are already whole, can anything be added to you? Can anything be taken away from you? You are already everything. You are eternity itself. The issue is not that you're not whole. The issue is that you've believed yourself to be a limited version of yourself. In forgetfulness, we spend lifetimes searching for the thing that will restore our essential peace, not recognizing that we have been whole all along. That is from Kamini Desai. And as the moon was eclipsed last night by the shadow of the earth, very often our sense of wholeness is eclipsed by the shadow of our beliefs or a limited sense of self. And also, I just want to link that also in honoring Martin Luther King today, on Martin Luther King Day, that I believe that the dream that he was speaking about was innately connected with wholeness, with the dignity in each person and in all of life, So as we open to this, I just have kind of a few inquiries or things just to open to. So when you experience wholeness, what does it feel like? What does wholeness feel like to you? And when your sense of wholeness is present, what has inspired or created the conditions for that? And last, wholeness practices, or I feel like we each do different practices that help us stay connected and sustain connection to that place of wholeness. So just opening as well to what your wholeness practices are or might be. And now I pass the talking stick. I place that in the center of the circle and invite you to share from your experience.
This is Shelley. This is just a little reminder for people that are coming in. I'm sorry I didn't mention this. People who are coming in on the phone, you're immediately put on mute, so don't forget to unmute yourselves. Thank you.
This is Dinama, and this is my embodiment experience of wholeness, and is amplified by the consciousness we all share in knowing that wholeness. And my intention is to embody that with each connection of now. I'm complete.
Kate in Costa Rica wants to bring up a little embodiment, and I just could hear that song. You know, I know you've heard it. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? And I am just so aware of how the truth of who we are is bringing this new story into full embodiment for all of us. And just honored to be in circle with you all, and I will return the talking to
Good morning, everyone. This is June from California, and I was just thinking about my experience last night with the lunar eclipse and what wholeness, what wholeness came out of all of that for me. We had rain here and clouds, and they would disperse for a few minutes and then come back for a few minutes. So for about 2 hours watching the eclipse, I would be on my computer watching it. I would be outside with an umbrella hoping that the clouds would part. I would be answering my phone where my kids were sending me pictures of the eclipse from where they were. And what I realized was that wholeness of the moon was always there. It got covered by the sun part of the time, by the rain part of the time, the clouds, but it actually was always there. And as I was searching for it on all these different places to see it, I was also able to hold it inside in its wholeness. And because the moon is so big a part of my life, with my nickname Junie Moon and my power song about the moon, it just felt so deep and so just so powerful to know that no matter what came in the way of my seeing it, it was always there. It is always there. And my wholeness is always there. It's my intention to keep brushing away the rain, brushing away the clouds or the internet that doesn't work or whatever it is, to be always in touch with that wholeness and to intend to grow it, share it, love it, and keep it healthy and strong. And so I'm just feeling really full of that wholeness and that gratitude today, and the subject matter is just perfect. So, I'm complete, and thank you so much.
This is Henry. I was at Whole Foods a couple nights ago, kind of reflecting on this topic, and I got a hit I was sitting at a table near where the cash registers are. And there were a couple Tibetan cashiers. And there was a Japanese family at the table next to mine. And there were other people from different kind of cultures or there. And I got a hit of the family of man and the wholeness of that, the interconnectedness of that. And so it's a very interesting experience, and on a very subtle but deep level, a very heart-opening experience. And also just noticing that when I'm connected with my heart, I'm connected with my wholeness. So there are other things I could say about that, but anyway, so I'm complete. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is Cassandra White Raven. Last night, I was really touched by what came to me about wholeness, oneness, being in right relationship with the whole of humanity and the whole of all the kingdoms on the planet. And my thought strayed to myself and what I'm feeling right now. And I realized, even though I'm mostly on the fringe of that wholeness and connectedness, as far as being in that state of being 24 hours a day, that at least I feel that I'm making progress, and that everything is aligning, that is for me, it's aligning around me. And for that, I am so grateful to have the opportunity to experience this wholeness, this oneness, and being in right relationship. And with that, I am complete.
This is Shelley. And I feel like for me, the piece that's moving is, as I'm listening, is to shine, to come on out behind the clouds and to shine, to really embrace who I am. And I feel like this has been such an interesting time with the, and especially with the moon happening and the lunar eclipse last night, was I've been writing my book and invariably been stuck on the 12th chapter, really until pretty much yesterday. And I had this realization that it was all about that part inside that wasn't sure about shining forth. And for me, wholeness is so much about accepting that fullest expression as it wants to come forward, as it wants to shine. So, yes, I want to be aware of clearing all obstacles of that for sure. And when I follow that line down inside, and meet and embrace and love and nurture and invite that soul essence to come forward, not worrying about what anyone else might think, not worrying about who I might lose, who I thought was my friend or not, that I am attuning as to really living that mission, which is so beautiful because it's all about wholeness. What else is there, to come home to that wholeness within as the heart. So I'm just feeling very humbled at how this intelligent field of love touches us as a collective and as individuals. And one more thing before I pass this beautiful talking stick, this virtual talking stick, I want to invite people to come out from behind their screens to this call. You can come on your pajamas. We embrace you in your wholeness, whether you've done your makeup or not, or laying in bed. There is an experience, just like when that moon breaks through the clouds and we can see it directly. We can look at it in its fullness, with its craters, with its changing of colors. So I just want to invite everyone. It does make a difference on this call to, if we can, if you can't and be on the phone, totally understanding, you're completely welcome. But also just to come out from behind the screen and bring yourself fully present, because there is a magic here. So with that, I pass the talking stick and invite a pause to step in and feel that liminal space. Feel yourself being expanded. And with that, I'm complete. Thank you.
Good morning. The permission is granted to fully shine through. That is what I keep hearing. When I keep listening to my heart. I've been traveling so to the exact thing about the shining when it in my soul. But let the shine through. And I was feeling in the bed, I still feel whole with the cold, wholeness, even though I have the cold and I don't want to get up. So the practice for me is going repeatedly, focusing on the awareness of my heart to remind me. The practice is the practice remembering that Nothing is broken. Residing in the consciousness of my loving for everything that is in that moment. Mm. Mm. I am complete.
This is Shelley. I just want to, something's really moving, which is in the wholeness is the acceptance of what is. To embrace every movement, no matter how it affects this living system, to be willing to embrace it all. To shine through is to love fully, love myself fully, love each of you fully in the bright light of love that you are. I'm complete. Nancy, I'm not sure if you want to share, but you just put yourself on mute. Just to be clear. Thanks.
Hello? Hello?
We can hear you, Ellen.
Okay, I'm having phone trouble here. I'm sorry. I have to do it on the computer next time. I wanted to say that briefly that wholeness for me is the feeling of peace that's deep and very expanded, and also an aliveness that is if I think of my different teachers and an aliveness that is expanded when I am in a circle, with you all, and that I can expand down into the earth or explore around me or up enough to the divine source, and it makes me aware of light and creating vessels for light, and it's away from the logic and away from the logic, but it's a seeding point for the things that I've learned rather than logicalness. And I'm complete.
Cassandra, you're on mute.
Okay, I unmuted it. Did it work? Okay. Very briefly, I'd just like to pick up that thread and speak to that acceptance of who we are and the explorations that we take, inspired by those around us and offering us an opportunity to go deeper or to shed some of what we used to call baggage. I don't know where we are with that now, but the point that I'm making is that we are always in that oneness, in that field of resonance, and we are writing our own personal stories and rewriting them every day. And so that gives us the opportunity to play in that energy field and to, if not discover, then fall in love again with who we are and where our story is taking us. And so with that thought about our story, I am good and I am complete. Thank you.
Good morning, this is Julie. I've been off camera because my neti pot is working really well this morning. So I'm blowing my nose a lot and clearing. So forgive me, I might turn it back off so you're not seeing me blow my nose the whole time. But I really love that idea of rewriting our story. And in feeling into what I'm hearing this morning, it's evident that wholeness is the medicine of our times. This is it. And as we're creating the conditions for us to experience and embody and express wholeness, we infuse this medicine in all that we think, say, and do. That we become the culture of wholeness as we be wholeness. That we express a whole worldview as we're living it into being. And therefore, this medicine, this new story that we have the opportunity in every moment is that we, as we embody and express wholeness, we are the medicine physically, culturally, and cosmically. I just feel really honored to be in this field of wholeness with all of you, sharing the medicine, being the medicine, and affecting great beauty on the planet, great healing as we all remember our wholeness. And with that, I'm complete.
This is Oriana. I'm not sure what wants to be said, but I'm really taken with beauty is the wholeness. Really feeling into beauty. Like, what is beauty? And no matter what you think of beauty, it's something way more than that. Like when I stopped thinking about beauty
and just immerse into being the beauty that I am perceiving. Hmm. Hmm. Like, what if the beauty of the field that this call called together? What does that feel? Being beauty. Hmm. And this beauty, the wholeness that we have with the earth itself. As we perceive its beauty and become the beauty that we perceive, do we bring that wholeness to the world, that one of us, Homo sapiens, feels the beauty that all species feel, all life forms participate in this beauty that we're awakening. Like a sea of awareness we're floating in. Beauty, wholeness. And I'm complete.
Good morning, everybody. This is Nancy out in California. Shelley knows the tree I'm standing at. This is beauty to me. This is just this beautiful eucalyptus tree. And when I think of wholeness, I think of feeling complete joy. And this is one of my challenges in life, is that, of course, wholeness is also feeling my complete sadness. So this is maybe one of my limiting beliefs, that wholeness is just pure joy only, when I know that's not really the case. But a little piece of me also thinks, well, why not? Why not be in joy? It's a choice. So this is one of my struggles for wholeness. I do know that, in sadness, that's also wholeness. And in just being real and being me, no matter what the emotion, that is expressing my wholeness too. And it's part of my journey. So I came out today on this walk because being in nature and just the dirt is so beautiful. The bark of this tree is the colors with the sun shining on it. The rain that we had in California is just amazing, and it smells so good. And then I started breathing, and in a way I'd been holding my breath this morning, and so breathing brings me wholeness. So my journey, I know, has to do with embracing wholeness in all the human emotions, and choosing joy whenever possible, and being okay with the sadness. I am complete.
I want to say quickly how much the beauty of the tree looked like my painting of the whale going through the portal here, and the wholeness of the sea and the land and all the beings. So thank you.
This is Henry. I'm reminded of a line from Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach, a mystic and minstrel musician, where he said that some people sleep until morning. Others know we have to bring the morning. So for me, each day I have to return to that wholeness within me. I have to, through my practices, through my stretching, through my attunement, through my inner connection, it helps me to reconnect. It's like tuning the human instrument. So I do that so that the light of the moon can shine through. So the light that is within me can shine through when my instrument is in tune. When I have brought the morning, when I have reconnected, because each day I have to reconnect with that place, rekindle that flame or that connection. To the beauty as was expressed, to the light within me. And I'm complete.
This is June again, and I'm just so deeply moved this morning by what I am taking in and thinking and beginning to know about the word wholeness. And so often I think of whole as complete, or I think of whole as everything agrees to make this whole. And I'm really understanding at a deeper, much more penetrating level that the storms, the rain, the not knowing how to handle things, the deep intuitions, the kindnesses, all the different places in me that know or don't know how to be whole are still of the whole. And it's like, how do I nurture myself when I'm in the process of learning how to be whole in a certain part of myself? How do I nurture myself when I am in the greatness of my learning something, where I am always aware that I am wholeness, and yet I am always growing, expanding, contracting, becoming, and that there's no bad place inside of that. There's no wrong place. There's just, as Nancy said, joy. There's sadness. There's determination and an intention. And it's that intention to become whole every day, that intention to perhaps overcome something that I have not known how to do or to be, that intention to love deeper than I've ever loved before, and to learn how to hold it all at the same time. So wholeness today has been a wonderful subject to talk about, and I'm taking it in at a very deep level,
and I'm complete.
This is Shelley, and inviting everyone to just take a pause here. This is the time in our call where many of us who have spoken get to really be saturated in the silence. And those that haven't shared, we invite you to take yourselves off mute, and a simple hello or something that's moving within you to give you a chance to add your waters to this flow, to this flowing river of wholeness this morning. So rich and deep, clarifying. So with that, I'm complete and want to remind you, some of the people that are on the phone, and I'll just put this up in the next call before, but there's an automatic mute. So when you came in, it was muted. So take yourselves off mute and I will help you if need to be. Okay, with that, we invite you to share.
Good morning, everyone. This is Karen in Costa Rica. Oh, I've just been basking in the wonderful energy of the call, coming off of our amazing full blood wolf moon solar eclipse meditation last night, onto this call this morning. What a wonderful way to start what feels like a new beginning, a new year. So I thank you all. I'm complete.
Good morning, everyone. This is Michelle in Minneapolis, and I just want to enter into this wholeness with great gratitude and respect to be experiencing it with you and to recognize the expansiveness that's occurring. I'm complete.
This is Deborah in the desert west of Tucson. I'm not sure if I'm being heard because I've tried to speak a few times this morning.
We can hear you, Deborah.
All right. And I guess the one piece I'd like to offer, I have such deep appreciation and gratitude as always in experiencing my wholeness in this field with all of you. And for me, it's about authenticity, and it's about truly embracing the piece of the puzzle that I am in terms of being whole and with all of its shades and colors and smells and places that sometimes want to hide. And yeah, I feel like we all have our own piece of the puzzle, and as much as we can be authentically who we are, that's where I connect to wholeness. And sometimes there's this little piece of me that has to get out of the way of experiencing my wholeness, which is kind of paradoxical in terms of embracing my authenticity. So that's just a little piece of food for thought. And thank you. I am complete.
This is Anita blowing you a kiss from Copenhagen in the snow.
Anyone else want to jump in? So, thank you everyone for playing your part here this morning and being these beautiful illuminating strands of light in this tapestry of wholeness here. Just experiencing an incredible amount of grace. Just want to just bring that in. Gratitude for the weavers of the weavers of the weavers. That does bring us here and call us. And with that, invite everybody to take yourselves off mute if you can. And for those that are new, the way we have a symphonic choir of one. That's how we have. So just feel free to take yourself off mute and we just send out love through yum, 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 yum,
Amen.
Yum, yum.